It's happening, people. It's happening. It has been 11 seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars. Girl, it is All-Stars time. The cast list has been officially announced. Today I'm going to be reacting to the contestants that were announced, as well as ranking them based on how I think their progress is going to go. Here are the parameters that I'm going to be using. Assisted by an angle, otherwise known as RuPaul. Live, Laugh, Slay. Queens that I think will do really well regardless of if production helps them or not. Wild Card. Queens that could go any different direction with their progress in the competition, as well as how they gel with production. Second Chance Diva, who will be the Carrie Colby of this group, gagged severely like Nicole. And the last bracket is Play in Their Face. Which queen do I think is going to be given the Denali treatment and is going to slay and be given dust? We're going to make some assumptions that this season of All-Stars is going to follow the exact same format as the previous one, considering that the breadcrumb trail they left could be followed by Helen Keller. They're doing the exact same color formats, orange, pink, purple. We're going to assume that they're going to be shown in the exact same structure as last season. I'm a little bit disappointed that they didn't go for something like red, blue, green, or red, yellow, green as color themes. It is what it is. I enjoyed the pool of queens they cast for this season. There's a good mix of early outs versus people who went pretty far in the competition. There are a lot of returning queens this time around, and queens that I think do deserve a second chance, and some that I thought, let's get into this, diva. First on the list is Akira C. Davenport. Where is the body? It is right here, bitch.
Oh, wait a minute, bitches.
She is painted down. I love this angle. It's so sexy. I love this background shot too. It looks like they're on a racetrack on Coruscant or something. But I do have to say, this man's entire armpit is hogging up her shot. We are in an era of pits being the center focus of every gay man's Instagram page. And that's all I'm looking at. Who was that diva in season 3 who was like, all I saw was armpit? Armpit. That's all I'm looking at. I'm really happy that Akira is here, much like a couple of the queens that we saw last year, like Aja. I think that Akira is someone who got snubbed out of the competition from a lot of unfair reasons. It's so tough with Akira because she, I think, had her best run in season 11. When she came back for All-Stars, her mug and her fashion game was at the 10s, but I think she just wasn't there mentally. And I think being there with so many of her season 11 sisters, it was sort of like season 11 reunion. I do wonder sometimes watching back on that season how often she prioritized their progress over hers. When she finally went out, it seemed like the judges were just done with her. She could not do anything to please them or make them happy, and there were a couple bottom placements that she had that I thought, that's a little suspicious. They were a little unnecessarily harsh on you, and they probably could have been harsher on someone else. I'm also interested in the fact that they separated her from Silky, but included them both in the exact same All-Stars. I can only assume that's to bring them together in round 2. Akira is someone who is sickeningly fierce. I think Akira is the type of diva who will do well in challenges regardless of if production helps her or not. She just has charisma in buckets. I'm automatically putting her in Live, Laugh, Slay. She's gonna eat. And I don't think we're ready. I think Orange Bracket is starting out strong with Akira being here. This is someone who I think a lot of fans agreed did not have the best run in All-Stars the first time. And of the many contestants they could call back to return for All-Stars, I think she's a good candidate. Next up, please Dawn, it's Christmas! Looking sickening. First off, the booba. I love that she is still rocking the ears. I love this mohawk that is created out of feathers. The latex elements with what I can assume is pleather. And then this animal print is so sexy. Catch the chains on the boots, that's also hot. There's a lot going on, but Dawn is absolutely a master at maximalism. The thing about Dawn is she's someone who I think came into the show the first time around on season 16 not caring too much about anything. She joked around with RuPaul. She was not afraid to be irreverent, and I think that showed through a lot of her original run. She just was there to have a good time and not really care about the cameras. I've noticed in the last year she's been very complimentary in times where production maybe overstepped. I do wonder if that is because she went pretty far in the competition and just wants to preserve whatever relationship she has with them to try and get some good standing before the finale. It makes me wonder, whenever the girls are unabashedly themselves their first time around and then they get off the show and are like, oh my god, Drag Race is so great, I love RuPaul's music. The challenges aren't rigged, this was so fair. I always wonder, are you trying to get somewhere? I think that Dawn is a wild card in this group. I really don't know how she's going to perform in a bracket that is so star-studded. And the rumors this time around is that they're only picking 2 girls from each bracket. I don't know if Dawn will be someone who will go to round 2, but I think that she'll do well in challenges. Next in this bracket is Lucky Stars, representing season 17. Kinda gagged that they brought Lucky in, but also not. She's such an early out queen and is such a cool vibe. I understand wanting to see that aesthetic again, but also she is so early out. I think Lucky's gonna be an interesting one to watch, but I'm not particularly pinning them as someone who's going to slay the competition. It seemed like their first time around they were plagued with a lot of self-doubt, and they kind of were getting out of that near the end of their run, but I think it was a little too late by then. Lucky made a good impression in that Lollapalooza. She's an interesting choice for 17. I would have expected Susie or Lana first, but I'm not totally mad. This promo look is really sick. It's almost like if a fire Pokemon had a sneeze. Cause there's these kind of snot-like details up at the top. There's chunks of red that kind of, God, it's so gross. Oh God, I should not say this. It looks like bloody mucus. And then the chicken feet are a little crazy, but I like the look. It's very more is more. Next up, representing the old school, is Morgan McMurkles from season 2 and All Stars 3. Gaggaroni! I'm so glad that Morgan is here for All Stars 11. And she is painted severely. Look at that mug. Morgan is someone who has found a way to evolve her mug over the years and follow makeup trends and be able to stay relevant, always staying youthful. I think that Morgan is the definition of someone who evolves with entertainment, and that is a sign of a good performer, I think. I'm kind of wild about this look. It's so performance-based. You could easily step onto a stage wearing that and slay and then go and do an editorial photo shoot, and that's something that a lot of the old school queens think about a lot. It's not just what costume am I gonna wear on Drag Race, it's what am I going to be able to use again and perform in. We saw that with Jessica Wilde in All Stars 8. We saw that with Kylie. We saw that last year with queens like Nicole and Phoenix. They just have this different mentality when it comes to what they wear on Drag Race, and honestly, I'm wild about that. Morgan is someone who's a strategist down, so I think this format works really well for her. I think the girls will already be prepared. Oh, Morgan's here, we're gonna have to be on our A game. I get a sense of feeling a whisper that Morgan is gonna be gagged severely like Nicole. I get this idea that she is going to try her best in challenges but won't quite make it because Morgan is fine at Drag Race. Morgan is the original archetype of the queen that is really, really good at drag, but not good at Drag Race. Because you have to have a certain level of doofiness that I don't think Morgan is able to connect to. Drag Race doesn't want you to be polished perfection. They want you to be able to go har har, ba-dum-tsh. And I don't think Morgan is able to do that because she is so refined. I think that Morgan will not do the best in challenges, will do fine on the runway, and will try to utilize alliances to get to round 2, and will end up getting severely gooped. But I think she's gonna make some great moments along the way because Morgan is so authentic. And she's not afraid to speak her mind, so I'm excited to see what she's gonna do. Next up in this bracket, we got Morphine Love Dion. Diva alert! See, why did all of these girlies utilize the pit crew so well, but then Akira was like, hey man, show your pit bush, please. Like, the dude on the left, his pecs look great, holy smokes. Sorry, I'm supposed to be looking at Morphine right now and I'm just looking at that man's titties.
The boob of the situation?
Okay, Muggiana. Morphine is the mug of the season and she is here representing season 16 as well. 2 season 16 girls in the same bracket. Very interesting. It's fascinating. The mix of queens is severely lacking in those golden years of Drag Race. Our only representation of that is Morgan and Mystique. A lot of people consider 2, 3, 4, and 5 to be the seasons that put Drag Race on the map. Season 6 is what then bolstered what Drag Race was going to be. Season 7 went off the rails, and then from 8 forward, they just barreled with this format. And so having so few queens from the earlier seasons, I think Morphine absolutely has a place in All Stars 11. I just would have liked to have seen her in maybe pink bracket or purple bracket. Backfill a spot here with someone like the Princess or Dita Ritz. But I think that Morphine is going to give it. And I think with this storyline they just left off with the Dion dynasty, it's going to be interesting to see how she's perceived. They just spent so much time with Morphine's mom and her daughter. So the storylines are absolutely going to be there. It'll depend on if the producers want to grab at them or not. I almost get the feeling that she is going to slay really severely but kind of get dust. I don't want to say they're going to completely play in her face, but I just get the sense that she's going to do well and it won't be recognized. I would love if the Latino curse finally goes away. I don't know. Next up, representing season 2 is Mystique Summers Madison. Oh, nope. Next up, representing season 2 is Mystique Summers. Didn't she used to go by Madison? I swear. Girly! She looks so good. I'm obsessed with this lace detail that she's got. So many different versions of lace. Also, this entire group was like feathers. I love that lace-up detail in the front, that thick basketball shoe lace. And then at the very bottom, she has those lace tights that are really gorgina. I'm obsessed with the mix of textiles, that shiny print with the matte as the lining, the multiple different shades of orange. She really worked it out with her designer on making this look because it's fabulous. And she looks so happy to be there. She looks snatched. I do question sometimes what's going on with casting. There are girlies who never get a phone call to come back to Drag Race. There are girlies who they wait forever to call up. It has been 10 seasons of All Stars before Mystique got cast. What's up with that? Maybe they were waiting for the right moment to put her in a bracket with Morgan, but that was such a long time ago. I don't think there's any tension between them. I think from my understanding, they're very good friends. But this is the diva who originated some Drag Race brain rot lingo. Bitch, I am from Chicago. One of the most iconic phrases on the show. So it's about time they finally got her. I think she's gonna be a fun one to watch because it has been such a long time. And her biggest struggle was design, and that's not really anything that they had Orange Bracket do. Orange Bracket distinctly did not have to deal with design challenges. So if they follow the exact same formula where it's performance, acting, and then a makeover, I think that Mystique will do quite well in every one of these categories. She's had a lot of time off the show to perfect her craft. She's had a lot of time to figure out who she is as a queen and also understand how Drag Race works, even though that was such a long time ago. My understanding is that she's a fan of the show and watches and keeps up with the seasons, so she's gonna be prepared on some level to be here. Plus, with Morgan being in her bracket, I think it'll be good social game for the two of them. They're definitely gonna click because they're the only old school queens amongst 4 other queens that just got off the show in the last couple of years. So we're probably gonna see them gravitate towards each other, and I think they will attempt to give each other badges to scoot to the next round. My upset with Mystique being in this group is that there's not enough outliers in the Drag Race universe. There are so many newer queens that know what they're doing, that have their ducks in a row, that understand how modern production works. Morgan and Mystique are at a clear disadvantage in comparison to them. Whereas if they were cast with queens like April Carry-On, Vivacious, hell, even maybe Aura, perhaps Joey J, like queens that went home really early and didn't get to experience the full package of modern Drag Race, I think maybe they would have a bit more of a shot to get to round 2. I get the feeling though that they're really gonna love seeing Mystique again, and she's probably going to get her name drawn for Second Chance Diva. Now the question will be, will she actually get pulled from that hopper, or will they decide that they want someone else? But I think she's gonna get the second chance. And I only want to pick one queen from each color group as who I think will get the second chance, because I think they'll do an adjustment this time around. So now we move into the pink bracket. This is an exciting group. Pink group last year was the drama, and it looks like they leaned away from that this year, but it does suck. I would be remiss if I didn't bring this up. April Carry-On is in this group. Aura Mayori is in this group. Selena S. Titties is in this group. The Asian community and the Latino community are often not treated very well on Drag Race, and they are pitted against hard hitter fan favorites and Ru favorites like Silky Nutmeg Ganache and Crystal Method. I know that Crystal is Latino. I think if she makes a big point of her drag this time around as being very proud of her culture, I think that will bite her in the butt. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think that Drag Race specifically rewards Latin queens who don't make a big deal about their culture. I don't know why that is. It's just a pattern. I don't want to get the suit out of me. It's just something that I notice again and again and again. When they're subtle about their heritage, they get praised. When they become a stereotype, they're praised. And I speak about this as a Latino. Anyways, if April doesn't walk into the room saying, well, it looks like I'm meant to win All Stars 11, that would be a massive missed opportunity. April is a hoot. I'm excited to see her again after all these years. No shade, this look is so Nicole Paige Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia. April's got interesting storyline coming into this season because season 6 is one where the judges were unnecessarily harsh about certain aesthetics. And so I think they're going to have a mentality that she is breaking out of that aesthetic and is going to show something more femme. I feel like that will be her storyline. We thought you were so butch back then, you were so masked, and look at you doing all this femme drag now. Even though the show has grown past that narrative now, April, carry on. She's gonna get her face played in. I already am calling it now. I think I'm too jaded by how Latinos are treated on this show. Regardless, I think we're gonna have a good time with her in the same way that we enjoyed Nicole Paige Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia. Next on this list is Aura Mayori. What is Aura doing here? I thought that Aura would be auditioning for Slation Royale. I did not think we were gonna see her on a mainline All-Stars. You know what I think about a lot? I think about her aggressively stomping during her talent show and then looking at the girls and all of them being like, ugh, she looks sick. This is Pinoy drag down. This is such a cool promo look. I love the hair on her. I love how architectural everything is. It looks like soft sculpture. Serena Chacha's quaking. The gauntlets are really cool. I love the spikes that are all over this. This is a great look. And again, she's mugged down. But that man in the back, his chest looks so good. Who is this man with the mustache? I need to know him. Both of them. I need to know them biblically and in the butt. Anyways, Aura, I sense that her storyline is gonna revolve around her win that she got, that random girl group win, and how she's going to try to prove that she can do more than just slay in a girl group. I think she's gonna be a wild card in this competition. I have no clue how she's gonna perform. The thing is, with Pink Bracket, they had a design challenge, and that is something that Aura did not do well at her season, in my opinion. So if they focus on design again and a girl group, she'll probably slay at the girl group, but not at the design. And then if they do a Rusical, we didn't see her in the Rusical, so who knows? Wild card. Next up, we have Crystal Method, a RuPaul favorite, for sure. And a fan favorite, for sure. This look is really sickening. Look at those balls. Both those men back there again. They're pulling a Jason in season 4. They're muggy Yana back there. And that slutty one with the big titties, he is feeling himself. They're both shirtless. What am I doing saying the slutty one? Crystal! I really love the fabric that was chosen. This is probably custom printed. There are individual stars that are all over this fabric that's been rhinestoned to death. Crystal's mug looks great. I love the structure of this. She's gonna bring, I think, some Jimbo in All Stars 8. Someone who is really naturally very funny, but also loved by RuPaul. And so there will be an interesting intersection of Ru loving what Crystal does and wanting to continue to see that, plus Crystal doing genuinely well. I think it's gonna almost mirror Jimbo, but from my recollection, Crystal is not the best performer, and so I think the lip sync is what's gonna get her. And if it ends in a lip sync smackdown, they're really gonna have to do some herpa derpa music to get her to the last round if they want her to be top 2. And I can imagine that's what is going to happen. It's tough because I think that she will genuinely slay, but I think Ru loves Crystal. I'm gonna say assisted by an angle. Next up in Pink Bracket is a personal favorite of mine, Selena S. Titties. She looks so good too. And you know what? This dude with the fire extinguisher is giving it to me again. His hair looks really cute here. Oh wait, the other one has a fire extinguisher too. I barely noticed him. This dude over here on the left is so muggy. He's smirking in every one of these photos. Like someone should have been like, hey, can it back there. Selena looks sexy. I love that little purse. Pink is actually a really great vehicle for her point of view as a drag queen, where she's so proud of her Latina heritage. I love the rosebud of that hair. I've heard that Selena's a fan of a rosebud. I love the structure and shape. It's a little mariachi. I love the detailing that is going down at the bottom. It is very flamenco. It's all so sexy. I am a little distracted by the sinister nature of the webbed feet. I just don't think that drag queens should have open-toed shoes. Especially for a photo, because I zoom right into the duck feet. But this outfit is stunalina. Oh God. It's so mask meets femme. If you are Latino, this I think would be impactful for you. As for her run, I think she's gonna get her face played in. Selena, in my opinion, did so well her first time around and could have won at least 2 challenges. Maybe 1 for sure. And that is the comedy challenge. I think that her and Mistress slayed. I think about her set all the time and how good it was. And I think that she's gonna do really well here, especially if they do a rap roast. I think she's gonna get her face totally played in. But who knows, maybe I'll be surprised. Next up, we have Big Silk with the good milk. Girl, give it up. Okay, here's the thing. I'm not mad at Silky for being here. I'm mad more at production. They're the ones who decide the cast list. They're the ones who make the calls. Silky picked up the phone and said she'd do it, and I can't fault her for saying yes to a big opportunity like Drag Race All-Stars when they're giving them stipends now, where I don't know if they got that back in All-Stars 6. I mentioned earlier that my frustration with this season in particular is the lack of queens from that golden era of Drag Race. Where is Dita Ritz? Where is the Princess? Where is Serena Chacha's second chance? Where's Coco Montrese's second chance? Where's Candy Ho or Jaden Dior Fierce? Where's James Mansfield's second chance? I think the reality is that Silky's best run was on Canada versus the World. I do wonder what Silky is gonna bring different this time that we haven't already seen. Kind of like how I felt about Ginger Minge. Will we see anything brand new, anything super groundbreaking for Silky, or will we see the same very good, very strong drag and personality that she always brings? Same with Eureka in Canada versus the World, where other contestants, like the ones I brought up, like a James or a Coco, they were completely different from their first time around on Drag Race. They didn't make it as far as people thought they were going to, and I think that it would have been nice to see them, people that have not had a 4th chance on Drag Race. I think once we veer into 4 chances, girl, we need to give it up. Casting, please. It's almost like casting goes onto the Reddit threads and the YouTube threads and all of the different pages on social media and see who people want to see on the show, and they say, we know better, we don't care what you guys want to see, and then call up someone else from their shortlist. I think that Silky is someone who does very well at Drag Race, but also does get a little bit of assistance here and there at times. If there's a design challenge, ooh, we're gonna see another frumpy crotch. I already know it. I think that she's gonna live, laugh, slay. I think it's difficult to deny that Silky is good at Drag Race, and I think she's gonna do well. I guess Silky would be the second chance diva. I'm gonna put her there. I don't really know who else from this bracket I would choose from. And I also want to say, because I've been giving a lot of props to the one dude with the big tits, I think that he is over here acting like he is the center of this photo shoot, where the other guy is genuinely trying to model and is not trying to distract from the queens at all. Like, he's just there as a prop. The dude on the right in this photo is smirking just a little bit with his mouth, and he is just jazzed to be holding onto that hose. And every single time that I've seen him, he is Muggiana back there. He's so distracting. I'm not mad because he's really freaking cute, but like, holy crap. This is a video just about him now. And then the last queen from the pink group is Vivacious. Oh, I was never expecting Vivacious on a season like this. I do wish that we had gotten to see Vivacious on maybe All-Stars 8. I would have loved an all early out season where that's all the theme was. I think it's really exciting to see Vivacious here. The thing is, I really don't see her doing very well at all on this show. Vivacious is another queen that I think is very good at drag. is very good at being a club kid, but I don't know if that energy translates to Drag Race. The show needs you to do very specific things, and I don't know if Vivacious can do those things. And I think we saw that in her first run. Now granted, it's been a long time. Maybe she's figured out how to pull all those pieces out of her and to connect her star power with what Drag Race requires you to do. But I think Vivacious is a very serious performer. She is very good at what she does, and I think that that is not the most flexible with kind of how rigid Drag Race is in its presentation of be goofy, don't take it too seriously, be willing to go har at the end and make Ru laugh. This look is sickening, and I love that she's got another version of Ornacia on her. That rhinestone head with the other little mini heads all over it is so cool, because Ornacia's been referenced on this show 1,000 times, so it's good that Ornacia's getting multiple heads for all of her appearances and shoutouts on Drag Race. I love how club kid this looks. That little box pleat that's at the very bottom of this sparkly fabric is hot. My favorite model is back there once again, Magiana Ing. He made sure to flex that bicep when he picked up that wheel, where the other one is just very casually not flexing his body, is not allowing anything to crease, and is just modeling. This sexy man back here is literally flexing every muscle in his body. He's like, hold on. Okay, now take the picture. I'm obsessed. Vivacious looks sick though, and I really love the blend of the tights into those shoes. She is so polished in her craft, and I love that it always shows. This is such an avant-garde silhouette. She looks great. I think in my heart of hearts, I think that Vivacious is not someone who's very good at Drag Race, so I don't think that she's going to do very well, but I don't think she's gonna care that much. Now we move to the purple group, where the very first contestant we have is Hershey Liqueur Jete. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very excited that she's here. Hershey has one of my favorite moments of any season forever. If you follow me on Bluesky, every now and again, I'll repost this video of her from the Lollapalooza, and it is the clunkiest white lady twerking I have ever seen in my life. It's so sickening. I love this cape on her. Those thick paillettes and the rhinestones that are right here on the front are really gorge. I love the shape of this bodysuit. I like the style lines that are going down the tights. It's all very smart and well made, and she looks royal and regal. This man back here again is flexing his pecs. The other one is giving so much nooch, but this dude on the left is like, did you get the tits? Hold on, my tits. I'm obsessed with him. He's stealing every single shot. Hershey went out really early in her season, so we didn't really get to see a lot, but she promised that she was able to give more on her way out, as I think every early out usually does. But I think that Hershey is someone who'd be able to deliver on that. I think that she's gonna slay, and I think that she's gonna do very well. Next up, Diva Alert. This is Mother. Jasmine Kennedy is here. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. After she showed up on All Stars 8 and devoured Jimbo whole, spit her out, ate her again, threw her up, ate it, shit on it, put it in a blender, ate it again, and then threw it out just to show it who's boss, I knew that we needed to see Jasmine again. She looks incredible. I love that scooped hair that goes into that point. It's very Whoville. I love the shape of this bodysuit. Oh, it's so nice with all these textures because it looks almost like tree bark. The rhinestones that are covering the connector pieces and all of those keyholes are beautiful. It catches the light really well. It photographs great. I love that it blends into the shoe. This is all very smart for a promo look, and probably my favorite of the purple group. And I think I'm blind standing just a little bit. Gotta shout out to my favorite model back here who did not flex his body for this photo, but you can still tell that he's smiling underneath that helmet. You can tell that he's still over there like, I can't with him. Jasmine is gonna eat, and Jasmine is gonna slay, and she's gonna devour, but I think she's gonna be given dust because I don't know if this is a queen that Ru loves, even though she does all those things that Ru wants to see. My favorite moment with her is her coming out in the ball looking glamorous and beautiful with lobster claws. Why lobster claws? Dunno. In my opinion, I think that she's gonna be the return queen diva. I think the panel will love a lot of what she does, but Ru might not connect with her and give her wins. And so the judges will bring her back into the last round. Easy, down. Next up, we have Mama Pau's Season 1 lips on Drag Sethless's Rafaela Cara face. It's the first and only gay contestant on Drag Race, Joey J. Here I was thinking that Drag Race was getting a little too conservative leaning, and then they decide to bring out the woke for the last bracket. Those lips are so Mama Pau in Season 1, the way they used to cut them right down the center for whatever reason to contour them. She is mugged down and I did not recognize her. I kept looking at this photo like, who is that? The structure of this corset is interesting. I don't know what it's saying or what it's doing, but I don't hate it. The boots I also don't really understand what that's doing, but you know, she looks good. This is the first time I'm not going to talk about the models in the background because they covered up half their bodies with those tires and I'm not mad at it. Joey is such an interesting one because she went home so early and I don't think a lot of her run was that iconic. Besides Chicken Feather Gate, which, like, can I be honest? I don't have a problem with chicken feathers. I don't think that's that big of a deal. Honestly, Joey is such a wild card to me. I have no idea how she's gonna do. I don't know how she's gonna perform. I don't know how the judges will care about her. I don't know if they'll connect with her. It'll be fascinating to see what she's gonna bring. I've been following her on social media all these years, but I still don't know if I know who Joey J is besides homosexual. And that's not anything bad. I just don't know what her brand is after all this time. And branding is a big part of All Stars. Who were you? Who have you become? And how do you bridge both of those things to meet what Drag Race is asking for you now? Next up is Kennedy Davenport. Woo! Shut up! 2 Canada versus the World Divas coming back after being on All Stars. That's sick. I gotta give props to Kennedy because this outfit is stunning. Oh my god, it's giving me Prince, but yassified. I'm obsessed with all the texture that's on this. The ruffle in the front is beautiful. Oh my god, beautiful. I love the way that Kennedy does her lips. That little highlight she does right here, it gets me together every time. And Kennedy does that good old school drag. God, she looks good. Can we talk about the model? Girl, I'm RuPauling right now, so I apologize. My man's is back here like this. All right, models, can you just roll those tires, please? Okay. When Tyra said tooch that booty, he was watching that episode. You better work. He's so slutty. I love Kennedy so much. I can't be mad that she's here again, but I wanna be. It's tough because Kennedy has had so many opportunities and every time she comes back to Drag Race, it's good, it's really strong, but I don't know if we've ever seen her come back and do something that is so different from her first time around. Think about All Stars 3. She came back and did that phenomenal character that she did in Bitchler, which was great, but was it any different than the improv characters we saw in Season 7 from her? Then she comes back for Canada versus the World, and in the whole, basically does the exact same character as that. Her fashion game is always elevated pageantry. It's always stunning. She gives great confessionals, great presence. She is so human in the way that she presents herself. And so I just wonder, similar to Silky, will we see something so different from Kennedy Davenport that will make it worthwhile that she's here over someone like a Jayden who's never had a chance? And again, I can't be mad directly at Kennedy because she just picked up the phone. I can't fault anybody for saying yes to an opportunity like Drag Race. But again, I'm a little grouchy at casting. Even Tempest would have been sickening to pull from Season 7 because Tempest hasn't had another shot other than her random cameo in what, Season 13? But I think Kennedy is gonna be a fun soundbite. She is going to be the one to give us all of the memes. I think that she is going to live, laugh, slay. Next up is Samuel Starr. Right off the boat of Season 17. Mama, I know that this man is not Spider-Manning back here. Every single time, I swear to God, he is back here hogging up the scene and I love it. Sam Starr is wearing a bunch of chicken wire with stars on it, looking like a slay of all slays with this beautiful Christmas present hair. And all I want to do is look at this dude back here who's fully, he flexed his tits, he flexed his arm, and he did the Spider-Man. They had to cover his face because they knew he was mugging too hard back there. I think that Sam is fierce. I think she had a really great story in Season 17. I think her story kind of wrapped though. I don't really know what storylines she'll bring to 11 that she didn't already resolve just a year and a half ago. I don't think there's a problem with that. But I think Drag Race is really about stories and what you bring to the show that you didn't finish off last time. Maybe she'll come in with a Trinity effect in All Stars 4. Like, I already was so good last time and I should have won, so now this is my moment to get it again. Not to be hateful, I think that Sam is sick. I just think that she is gonna be definitely assisted by an angle, and that angle being RuPaul, potentially even Michelle. One of my favorite moments from Sam Star is her performance as Cher. Twister, Twister. I think she's definitely gonna make it to round 2. I think while she is very strong competition, I think she is someone that the judges enjoyed her first time around, and I don't think that's gonna change this time. And then last up from the purple bracket, someone who I'm very excited is here, Miss Honey, 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 Sugar Cane, Honey, Honey. Oh, first off, Sugar looks great. I love this mini dress with the ruffles, this sort of ribbony cascading effect that she's got going on with these sleeves. It's really interesting. I don't know if this is a promo look. This definitely looks more like a club outfit. They fully, I gotta talk about the model again because he's the only one showing. They tried so hard to cover him up by this one, and even that couldn't stop him from doing what he was doing. That one peck is going, hello? I love Sugar Cane. I think that she could have won the Snatch game based on her incredible Charo performance as well as her fantastic runway that week. She should not have been in the bottom during the Magic Challenge because the rest of her team was high and she contributed to their greatness. They just wanted her out of there, I think. And so with that in mind and them not connecting with her first time around, I wonder if she'll get the same treatment this time where they will look at her and not care about what she's giving. In this group, she has Jasmine Kennedy, Sam Star, and Kennedy Davenport. Oh my god, the Kennedys! I think that they're not gonna give a lot of attention to Suga, sadly. I think that they're gonna give her a lot of dust, and I'm gonna put her in that category now. I think she's gonna slay and do really well, but they're gonna play in her face once again, just like they did in season 11. I think she's fierce, and I would love if she went to round 2, but I don't think she's going to. I think she's probably not gonna get any points. That is the cast of Drag Race All-Stars Season 11. Who are you rooting for? Who do you think is gonna go to the next round? Who do you think is gonna kill it? And who do you think is going to walk out of there with 0 points? Who are you hoping will make it to round 2, and who do you think is gonna win? The exciting thing about this cast is I can't really choose who I think would win the whole thing. Based on track record and how a lot of these queens have performed in the past, I'm kind of expecting Kennedy Davenport to make it to at least the last 4 queens standing. Possibly Morphine if it comes down to a lip sync smackdown, but I don't think that she'll win the crown. And honestly, I think they're going to favor heavily Crystal and Sam, and I think that they will definitely get some songs in their wheelhouse if there's another lip sync smackdown for the crown. So I'm anticipating them as the top 4. Who I personally want as the top 4 are as follows: Akira, Jasmine Kennedy, Selena S. Titties, and Sugar Cane. That would be my personal top 4. Those are the ones that I'm rooting for. How are y'all feeling about this cast? Let me know in the comments below. I had a fabulous interview with the winner of Canada's Drag Race Season 6, Van Goth, that just aired on my channel a couple of days ago. Please go check that out and give that some love. Be sure to check out the Patreon if you would like to support this channel in a different way, and I will see y'all in the flip.